What movie starring Will Smith did Quentin Tarantino turn down? For that answer and other interesting insights, stick around. Hello and welcome to Reel 35, where we discuss everything movie related. Today's topic, Quentin Tarantino. From his amazing storytelling to some of his controversies, let's take a deeper look. Tarantino burst onto the scene in the early 90s with Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. Both films redefined indie filmmaking and solidified his reputation as a director with a unique voice. Let's not forget, Tarantino was a high school dropout who learned filmmaking by watching movies while working in a video store. So was his success a result of pure genius or obsessive passion? Remarkably, Pulp Fiction was shaped by Tarantino's excessive love of cinema, blending influences from countless genres into a seamless and revolutionary script that took the film world by storm.
Well, you gotta have an opinion. I mean, do you think that God came down from heaven and stopped you?
Did you know that Tarantino once considered making a Bond movie, but only if he could adapt Casino Royale to his style storytelling? While it didn't happen, the idea itself reflects his bold approach to storytelling. When you think Tarantino, you think dialogue. Long conversations about pop culture, punctuated by moments of explosive violence. His non-linear storytelling, eclectic soundtracks, and homage to obscure genres have earned him praise and criticism. But is it genius or just a gimmick? Critics argue that he relies too heavily on shock value and style over substance. For example, Kill Bill is a visual masterpiece, but some feel it's more an exercise of self-indulgence than storytelling. On the other hand, his fans say his style is the substance. Every frame is meticulously crafted, every line is intentional. What do you think? Tarantino's films have been accused of overusing racial slurs and glorifying violence. Spike Lee famously criticized Django Unchained for its heavy use of the N-word, calling it disrespectful to his ancestors. Tarantino's response? He said his goal was to reflect on the harsh realities of history and society, not to sugarcoat them. And let's not forget about his foot fetish. Some say these quirks and controversies make him a madman, while others believe they're just part of his unfiltered genius. Love him or hate him, you can't deny Tarantino's impact on cinema. He's elevated B-movie tropes to high art, revived careers, and influenced an entire generation of filmmakers. The meticulous attention to detail in Inglourious Basterds, or the character depth in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, are nothing short of masterful. Did you know that Tarantino writes all his scripts by hand? He says it helps him connect to the character and the story on a deeper level. Old school eccentricity or genius?
Ooh, that's a bingo. Is that the way you say it? That's a bingo.
Before we go any further, let's address the question I had in the beginning. The movie starring Will Smith that Quentin Tarantino turned down is Men in Black. According to him, it didn't align with his vision of chaotic creativity. This decision perfectly encapsulates his uncompromising approach to filmmaking. He'd rather pass on a blockbuster than compromise his unique style. On the flip side, some argue that Tarantino's obsession with violence and shock tactics borderline recklessness. His dialogue can sometimes feel self-indulgent, and his insistence on directing only 10 films before retiring has led some to label him overly dramatic. It's impossible to talk about Tarantino without comparing him to some other visionary directors. Like Stanley Kubrick, he has an obsession for control and detail. Martin Scorsese, he's unafraid to explore the dark, gritty themes. But where Tarantino differs is his ability to blend high art with pulp and grindhouse genres. So, is Tarantino a genius or a madman? Honestly, he might be both. His films are chaotic, violent, and sometimes controversial, but they're also innovative, captivating, and unforgettable. At the end of the day, maybe that's the real genius of Tarantino. The ability to make us think, argue, and come back for more. But ultimately, what do you think? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Until next time, enjoy the movies.
You are...
I'm the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's business.
No, it was dumber than that. Something like Rex.